The Indian Air Force inducted the first Made in India light combat helicopter on October 3. The induction ceremony took place at the Jodhpur Air Force Station in presence of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and other senior military officials. It has been developed primarily for mountain warfare after a requirement for it was felt during the Kargil War in 1999. Developed by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, the choppers have armor protection, night attack capability, all-weather combat capability, and crash-worthy landing as a safety gear. The procurement of 15 LCH Limited Series production was carried at a cost of Rs 3,887 crores, along with infrastructure sanctions worth Rs 377 crores.
The last film show, it is a Gujarati film that is India's official entry to the Oscars this year. It is selected as the Indian entry for the Best Foreign Language Film at the 94th Academy Awards. The film is directed by Nalin Kumar Pandya. He's also known as Pan Nalin. It's a really delightful watch. We hope it wins India an Oscar.
પ્રકાશમાં જ વાર્તા બને અને વાર્તામાં જ ફિલ્મ.
આ બધો ખેલ વાર્તાનો ખેલ. ભવિષ્યના બધા માલિકો વાર્તાકારો છે.
Now, an ancient shipwreck has been found off the shore of Israel. This is the largest shipwreck of its kind. It shows that traders from the West visited ports even after the Islamic conquest of the Holy Land. Here's a report.
It's unique first because of its size. It is about 20 meters long and 5 meters beam, which is the largest shipwreck we've ever excavated. And also because of its dating. It's dated between the 7th and the 8th century CE, which is the shift between the Byzantine and Islamic rule in the area. After the decline of the Byzantine rule in this area and the rise of the Islamic rule, then commerce almost stopped. There was no international commerce in the Mediterranean. We had mainly smaller vessels sailing along the coast doing cabotage. And here we have a large shipwreck.
A hover bike made by Japanese manufacturers is set to launch in the US next year. The bike made its US debut at the Detroit Auto Show.
You were looking at the X-Turismo hover bike, a hybrid-powered transport vehicle that works very much like a drone with the ability, though, to transport people.
This thing's been coming for months and I've been begging to get on this, so I literally have goosebumps right now. I am so fired up.
At the Detroit City Airport, a lucky few got to take this for a ride.
Very smooth, very comfortable, soft landing, and really I was just kind of in my head begging that I could go longer. I think it's a wave of the future, right? I think we'll start with delivering goods and services maybe by drone, and I think that, right now I think it's ready for today's world if you go airport to airport, but I'm anxious to see when we can go neighborhood to neighborhood.
The X-Turismo can stay airborne for about an hour and reach speeds of 60 miles an hour. The person on board is not in control, however. The flight is done by a remote pilot with a control panel resembling a remote control car.
Like Star Wars, and then when I landed I felt like James Bond.
Right now we're told about 300 companies are in the air mobility developmental stage, and 20 orders for this hover bike have already been placed.
Had to be rescued from the bottom of the pool by her coach after fainting at the World Aquatics Championships. The 25-year-old lost consciousness and was not breathing when she sank after completing her routine in the solo free final in Budapest. The US swim team later released a statement saying Alvarez had received medical attention and feels good now. One of the heroes of this story is Andrea Fuentes, the head coach for the USA team.
So she went down and I was like, no, it's not normal. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm going, because in my head it was, I know how it feels in this sensation. Your heartbeat is at least 200 beats per minute or almost. And I know you really want to breathe in that moment. So I just went as fast as I could to grab her and pull her up to the surface.
NASA sent a spacecraft straight into the path of an asteroid traveling at 14,000 miles an hour.
Closing in on the target. Images beamed back from 7 million miles away. as a NASA spacecraft approaches an asteroid. The details of the rocky world are revealed. But this probe isn't here to study it. Its job is to knock the space rock off course by smashing into it.
What? Oh, wow.
And this was the reaction from Mission Control. This space rock poses no threat. This is a test to see how we could deal with one on a collision course with the Earth.
I definitely think that, as far as we can tell, our first planetary defense test was a success, and I think we can clap to that, everyone. I think the Earthlings should sleep better. Definitely I will. Yeah. And how do you feel? Like the people working here, we're definitely going to sleep better.
A new study has shown that nearly about 3 times the amount of water that is found in the ocean actually lies under the Earth's crust. A new international study says that most of Earth's water is in fact just below the crust, where tectonic plates are said to be present. Now, the team studied a diamond that was formed about 660 meters below the Earth's surface to come to this conclusion. A subduction zone, a tectonic plate, is in fact pulled into the Earth's mantle due to the convection currents. Usually the plates melt and the molten rock comes out in the form of lava through volcanoes, but sometimes the plates just don't melt. Now, scientists say that there is a graveyard of plates that is located in some subduction zones, such as beneath Europe. Now, the plates beneath the surface carry deep-sea sediments and dense minerals, which could store a large amount of water, but it was never proven until now. The new research conducted on the diamond showed that it was in fact full of minerals that had high water content. The research also showed that the diamond didn't come from an extraordinary type of mantle rock. Therefore, it says that most of the Earth's water is actually trapped beneath the surface. Now, there is one caveat though. The Earth's subterranean ocean isn't liquid, and all that water is in fact stored in hydrous rocks. Of course, that means that we won't be able to use it to solve the world's water problems.
Have you ever wondered what a black hole sounds like? Well, if you thought it was silent, you got it wrong. NASA has found out that black holes actually make noise. These recordings of the sounds emanating from the black hole devise the basic science lesson that space is completely vacuum. It's a popular misconception that there is no sound in space because most of the space is a vacuum with no medium for sound waves to travel through. But on August 22nd, NASA released a haunting audio clip of sound waves rippling out of a supermassive black hole located 250 million light years away. Roger Federer finally bid adieu to the sport he loved so much on September 23rd night in London. Federer played his last match at the Laver Cup alongside Rafael Nadal. Representing Team Europe, the duo, often called as Fedal, lost to Team World. The result, however, did not matter as the occasion was all about the retirement of one of the greatest players who served tennis. Roger Federer could not hold back his tears during his emotional farewell speech.
Thank you, everybody. I've had so many people cheer me on, and you guys here tonight means the world. Fun. It's been amazing. Thank you, everybody.
Officials have confirmed that at least 125 people died at an Indonesian football stadium when thousands of angry fans invaded the pitch and police responded with tear gas and triggered a stampede. Here's a report.
125 people have been killed in a crush and riot at a soccer match in Indonesia, officials said on Sunday. It is one of the world's worst ever stadium disasters. The tragedy unfolded on Saturday in Malang, in the province of East Java, after home side Arema FC lost 3-2 to Persebaya Surabaya. East Java Police Chief Nico Afinta said frustrated Arema supporters invaded the pitch. Officers responded by firing tear gas in an attempt to control the situation, triggering the crush and cases of suffocation. Afinta claimed officers had been attacked and cars damaged, and said the crush happened when fans fled for an exit gate. Among them was 22-year-old Mohamed Rian Dwikiono, who said many friends had lost their lives because of officers who dehumanized us.